So, day after my spider fiasco, I am changing and washing my sheets. I couldn't sleep last night, so I slept in the other room. And I'm just like, I can't stop thinking about it. Like, I could not stop thinking about it because I really was just trying to figure out, like, I think in life, there aren't many coincidences. Like, the odds of me being in the bed at that time, you know, and the spider coming underneath the sheets and all that, it was just, I had to figure it out. I was like, how did this happen? Why did this happen? Like, I just had so many questions. Like, I don't know, I didn't get it. So, yeah, I was trying to figure it out, and I was just like, how? Like, that just doesn't make any sense. Like, I've had my bed by this window for years. Like, it didn't make sense to me. Like, I couldn't understand. Actually, not for years. It's been a year and a half since the bed has been here. But I just couldn't understand why that one night, that particular incident happened. So I kept replaying it in my mind, like, how? And the only common denominator, because whenever anything happens in my life, I like to try to eliminate the cause and effect and understand what possible causes could be eliminated and what effects could be eliminated. Like, how did this happen? So, you know, I told you guys about my frustration with the AC unit yesterday, right? And just the fact that I had spent that much money on an AC unit, that's not like me. Like, my last AC unit I bought, I got it at Home Depot on sale for $79.99, and I still have it, and it kicks ass. Like, it's a 5,000 BTU, and it blows, like, the whole room is iced out. And the room is like 10 by 12 maybe. This room is 12 by 15. So, I don't understand why that big air conditioner, that's a 10,000 BTU, couldn't cool the entire room. Like, that's what frustrated me the most. But, yeah, to buy that, a $300 AC unit, that wasn't like me. So, to do that, I was just really annoyed that it wasn't working. And I went against my better judgment. And this is one thing I want to say to you guys that are watching. If you ever have any kind of inkling in your heart about something or any kind of feeling, and the feeling keeps coming up, this is your intuition telling you, okay, this action needs to be taken. I kept saying I was going to take that unit back to Home Depot. I kept saying it, and I was like, oh, well, you know, I don't feel like lugging it down the stairs. And then I told myself, I was like, oh, well, I said, oh, maybe, you know, I'll give it another couple of nights, blah, blah, blah. It's like, yo, if it ain't showing you what it's supposed to do straight out the box, how do you think it's going to perform further down the line? You know what I mean? Like, that's a $350 investment that you won't get back after these first 30 days. So I really should have taken it back in the initial first week. It has been 2 weeks since I had it, since I took it back yesterday. And the return limit is 30 days. So I was like, okay, I'm going to try to push it as close as I can just to make sure I gave it a real good effort, because that thing was like 70 pounds. So to lug that down 4 flights of stairs, load it into a car and take it back, that was a lot. So I really was trying to give it a genuine effort, but my intuition kept saying, take it back, take it back. So that night was the first night I had ever turned the AC unit facing the bed. Like, the unit was literally right here. Like, it was touching the base of the bed. And because it's so high, you know, the air would blow directly at me, because this particular night, it was 90 degrees in New York that night. And the temperature probably dropped to like 83 maybe at night, which is weird because usually at night it drops to 60s. It was 83, so it was hot. Hotter than Hades outside. Like, it was really hot that late at night. So I was like, I want the air to blow directly on me, so that by the time the room cools down to the 75 that it gets to, I had the remote next to me to just either turn it off if it got too cold or turn it down. The room never got cool, and I remember the entire night I was doing this. Like, taking the covers off, putting it on, taking the covers, like, it was so hot. That's all I remember doing. And I'm thinking, this thing, number one, had to come in through the window. 2, I believe it also came in through the unit. The unit, I don't know if you guys remember, I'm going to try to find a clip, but it had a really big hose in the back that went through the window. And in that hose, it didn't have a mesh over the hose, which meant that whatever was outside could come down through the hose. And I kept thinking, this ain't right. Even with a window AC unit, if you insulate the sides, you use the side panel, and I even go and get silver silver duct tape. It's like air conditioning duct tape, and I actually tape it all over the sides and I seal that sucker in really good. So that big one, I'm like, how do you have a hose that's that big and it goes in and there's no protection on the other side? So I'm thinking like, yo, a bird could come in here. Like, it's huge. The hole's like this big. I was like, one of these big ass doves or whatever these things are, pigeons, I mean, are gonna fly in this thing, lay an egg, and I'm gonna come home one day and I'm just gonna hear all this bird chirping. And I was like, I gotta get a mesh to put over. I kept saying I'm gonna go to the harbor, so I'm gonna mesh, and I'm like, well, I'm taking it back anyway, so I don't need to. And the only thing I could think is that spider came down through the vent or through one of the cracks in the AC. Like, I don't know. But that was the only night that, one, the AC unit was facing my bed, two, it was like right at the foot of the bed. And I'm thinking, either he came in and was on top of the sheets, and when I was flipping him back and forth, he fell on me. Like when I was flipping the sheets back and forth because it was so hot. I think that's how he got on me, because I have like 5 layers of sheets on my bed. There's no way this guy like came in and like, I don't know, that he just like went through all these layers and sat there and waited for me to go to sleep and then came out on top and got on my leg. Like, it was weird. The whole thing just didn't make sense. So yeah, that's my little piece about what happened the other night, about the other night. So, I don't know. It's just, I think that when things happen in your life, there's cause and effect. Like, what you have to like figure out what caused it and what was the effect from that cause. So, alright, they're here. So I wanted to show you guys the before and after, just so that you guys are part of this process. My friend Nessie made a really good suggestion. She was like, you should vlog the entire apartment process, like the renovation or redesign or whatever it is that I'm gonna do. God knows, just looking at it, it's like, but I'm just gonna show you guys what's happening. So this room here looks super intimidating, but you guys know this as the backdrop for some of my videos. This is where I had everything. Now I'm at a point where, oh my god, is this a memory card? I bought a memory card. I'm at the point where it's like, I'm at a stage in my life where I'm more mature, I need more space, and I just, you know, I'm at that point where I'm ready to have like my full out own space. I've literally spent my entire life, like my entire adult life since I was 18, since I moved out of my mother's home, I've spent my entire life with roommates. I think I lived on my own maybe 1 year in college, which was my senior year. And then I kept this apartment by myself for like 6 to 8 months maybe at one point. So I've never really not had roommates. Like, I've always lived with someone or shared a space with someone. So I can't even explain, like, words. I can't even put into words how gratifying it is and how happy I am to finally reach that point. And I know this is like really simple, because some people at this stage in their life, they have these huge apartments in Manhattan and, you know, these large windows overlooking the city, da 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 da. So this might not seem like a big deal to some, but for me it's a huge deal to finally be in a space where, like, I'm on my own. Like, I'm in my own space and it's mine. I don't have to share it with anyone. No one is trying to come and live with me or live with me, period. Like, it's really good and it feels good, because forever I've always had someone living with me or someone coming and you know, staying occasionally. So it feels really good to finally be in that space. So I wanted you guys to see the process as it goes down, right? So this is that first room I was showing you guys. You see everything here. Then this is the bedroom. This is the actual real life bedroom. And in here, this is my bed. That was my roommate's mattress. She had a full, I had a queen, so I'm gonna have to get a real mattress, I mean a queen mattress for mine. Or I was gonna just put back my old one, but everyone was like, oh, you should get a new mattress because whatever. So I don't know. Anyway, all of this stuff is gonna be gone. These I had given to my roommate from when I had the other room. So I'm probably just gonna, you know what? I was gonna throw this out, but I'm thinking I could spray paint this white, and instead of buying the IKEA Kallax system, I could move it to here, set up that whole key area that I was talking about. boom, just saved some money on my car insurance by switching to Geico. So anyway, that desk, getting rid of that, getting rid of that. I want this room to be completely minimalistic, like just completely minimal. Literally a bed in the corner. My acrylic side table is gonna go here. Or I was thinking about this really cute gold marble side table that I got from Target recently. Girl, that side table, let me tell you about this side table from Target. I got a side table from Target. I was just browsing, and I almost don't even want to tell anybody this secret, but there's a way to find clearance items in Targets depending on the area that you live in. So I happened to be in Target, and there was these 2 gold side tables with marble tops. They were removable, and you can store things inside of them. I was like, oh wow, this is really cool. It's crazy. How much is this? Like, I just knew it was gonna be something ridiculous. It was $100. I was like, okay, I could probably get one, but it was on clearance for $49.98. So I immediately called my best friend, and I was like, oh my God, look at these side tables. They're so cute. I don't know what to do. Should I get 2? Am I ODing? And my best friend was like, are you crazy? Get 2, because that's how much you're gonna pay for one. Like, you've lost your mind, you better get 2. So I got them both. They were $49.98 a piece. Yeah, so I might put one here, and then I might use my acrylic side table as like a little bar cart area, whatever, in the kitchen. I don't know. We'll see how that goes. In this closet, it's like a tiny coat closet. I've already put my jackets in here and kind of color coordinated them. If you live in New York, jackets are going to become your life. I don't think I've ever collected this many coats ever in my life than I have now. And I have everything in here, from wrap coats to trench coats, the moto jackets in like 5 different colors, to faux fur coats, to, I mean, you name it. So I'm very proud of my little coat collection. Because it's bittersweet that my roommate is moving out. It's like, I knew that I was at that point where I needed to like have a bigger place, and I needed space and stuff, but I didn't want us to not be roommates. Like, I wanted to try to find something that was big enough for us both, but I was finding that it was more expensive. Like, it would be beyond her budget, and it's not fair to her. So I was like, I don't know what I would do. So then I started looking at apartments in other cities. Like, I was like, oh, I could leave New York, I'm gonna move. I started looking at buying, I started looking at all kind of options, and nothing was working out. Nothing. Like, this has been happening for like an entire year. I haven't even said anything to a lot of people about it, but that's one of the reasons why I hadn't been blogging as much. Like, my website was stagnant. Like, I don't post to Instagram as much, is because internally, like, I wasn't right. Like, I didn't feel at ease. I wasn't comfortable. I wasn't happy, and I was trying to solve that problem. I was trying to find, you know, a center, a grounding, and I just couldn't find it. So yeah, so that's what was going on.